Rajesh Mudgill, the secretary at Indian Association of Tour Operators. We know the kind of clampdown the insistence from the government's end as well on social distancing and self-isolation as well. So, this is bound to have its impact on some of the local tour operators as well. So, who better than Rajesh to give us perspective on that? Rajesh, hi, morning. Good to have you on the show. It's clearly a grave situation right now for the tourism industry because of the kind of, repercussions that the corona virus may have. Tell me, how bad are things right now and how bad do you think they would continue to be? Up until now, states like Maharashtra have imposed a travel ban till March 31st. But do you sense that, this is more about sentiment? People themselves will opt not to really travel out as they would typically in summer months?
Well, good morning. You see, the situation as it is very, very bad and grim. Overall scenario, since we have totally closed down the flights and nobody is allowed to come out. China was earlier closed, then South Korea, then Japan, and then other countries, and now practically Europe. And today it seems that even Indians from UK and these countries are not allowed to come back to India. And toll reaching 131, travel industry is practically going to close. It is in principle on a standstill. Even in Mumbai, the Mumbai police has come out with section 144, not even allowing the sightseeing for domestic tourists. So as far as international tourist is concerned, it is 100% finished. And I have my doubts if it is going to recover very soon, because now till October or so, I don't think so that we are going to get certain inquiries. Now even outbound tourism is going to be very badly affected. People have also, now they are in a panic mode and they don't want to travel. We are also closing our offices. We are allowing our staff to work from home. But then it is only the cancellations and the rescheduling of the tourists which is supposed to go back. And there also we will have major problems, because most of the airlines, since there is hardly any load factor, so they are cancelling their flights or merging flights. Air India cancelling practically all flights to Paris, or clubbing it with or reducing the number of flights. So this will be a further problem for us in hand. Most of the smaller tour operators, those who have already paid upfront to the hotels and airlines, will have a major financial crunch. So scenario is grim, no doubt.
Rajesh, I recall you mentioning that one can see a direct loss of not less than 8,500 crore rupees. That's fairly substantial. I mean, is that the worst case scenario in case things begin to at least look a little bit better for the next 2-3 months? Or do you think 8,500 is to say the least the kind of loss that the industry would be looking at?
This 8,500 crores is only for the month of April alone. It is not that I'm talking about the overall losses. It is going to be far beyond this, because you see, if we see the number of tourists vis-a-vis with 2019 in the month of April, if we multiply their average tour cost within India, so that comes to 8,500 crores. So it is only for 1 month till April, because since we are not supposed to operate till 15th of April. So this amount is only for that part. We have requested the department to review the situation once again after 10 days, rather than just blanket closure till April 15th. So the losses are going to be much, much higher. And even the job loss is going to be great because every tourist creates a jobs, direct or indirect employment which is there. A guy who's giving you a camel ride or shikara wala or the hotelier, the guide, the transport, everybody is practically stand still today. There is nothing to do in the office because you cannot operate, you cannot have the new clients, there is no new inquiry that you have to give a quotation or something. You cannot operate outbound, people are not interested. So we have left with nothing but just sitting in the office. So situation is going to be very, very bad. We will be needing a major boost or help from the government to reboot ourselves. Industry is practically in a shutdown mode.
What I wanted to come to, because there is that fear that if we see now no visas are valid in the travel and tourism industry, that it could come to some sort of a virtual stop. Is that a fear? Give us a sense as to so far what you've seen in terms of cutting down of costs and even termination in companies of some non-essential staff. Has that already started happening?
You see, I will not say that non-essential staff or other staff which we have started, but then so far we are in a wait and watch mode and hope that things might improve, because you see, I don't know whether this belief is correct that in summertime the virus comes down. The experts are best to comment on that. But then, everybody has a hope against hope that my situation might improve. But we will not be able to last for a very long time. Maybe after 2 months or so, we'll start retrenching people. That's for sure, because people will not be able to pay to their staff. So initially, first the temporary or the other staff will go, and then, either you'll ask your staff to reduce salaries, or I don't know, situation, we have not gone on to that level so far, but it's not too far too.
So you just spoke about how you would need some help from the government in order to bounce back. What is it? What is on the wish list? What are the steps that you think are required at a time like this?
Well, we have requested our Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Finance that we would be requiring at least, cut down maybe some on the income tax rebates, because earlier also we used to get 25% rebate on our foreign exchange earnings. So we would request government to restore that so that there is some benefit. Then we would also like to, request government to waive off the GST right now, and SEIS which we get, the percentage should be increased from 7 to 10%, and maybe they can pay us in advance, 60% in advance, so that people can use that money to pay off their staff. And later on, once we file the returns later on, the plus minus can be taken care of. Then we have also requested for a moratorium on loans and advances for at least 6 months to 1 year. That will help our industry to cope up.
Hotel companies in specific, I understand that cancellations have been to the tune of 80 to 100%. On their financials, what kind of an impact are they seeing, given that new bookings are completely on hold? I believe they are looking at slashing rates, or they have already. What kind of ramifications could this have for the hotel companies?
It is equally bad for them. You see, even if you slash rates, people are not willing to travel because the scare is so much. Even I would not advise my own, family to travel these days, because you don't know. Maybe when we go out, when I go out, I don't find any change. Life is normal. But the scale is so much as far as travel is concerned or going to a crowded place. So hotels are not going to benefit by just reducing rates. The no new booking coming in, visas totally over, no visa is valid, so nobody can come. Even persons of Indian origin, they are not willing to travel. The corporate travel is also more or less on a standstill. They don't want to travel. There is no conference going on. There is no activity as far as travel is concerned. Everybody is avoiding. It is only the essential travel which is required. You are forced to do that. That is what is going on. So hotels, since you see in any tour component package, 60% is the hotel component. So you can imagine that when we are cutting down the total packages, 60% is directly a loss to the hotel. So hotels are also equally bad, and then the major component comes from the transport.
Really seems to be
Yes,
a very
please.
bleak state of affairs right now. Thank you for giving us more perspective as to what's happening with travel and tourism.